Hi, it's Keith Bates here, and today I'm rather pleased, actually that's the English way of saying I'm very excited, to announce that Chainfrog has been awarded its fourth blockchain patent by the USPTO. It's to do with IoT provisioning using a blockchain, and for those of you who don't know, IoT provisioning is supplying IoT devices with digital certificates such as X509 certificates to ensure that they have a secure identity. And this is important because with an IoT device you want to make sure that only authorized parties are able to access the data coming from the device and are the only ones able to send commands to the device. This patent presents some systems and methods that I see as having two great strengths. The first is to do with the manufacturing process, namely that the generation of certificates is quite computationally intensive. So I ran a test on my quad processor 3 gigahertz desktop, and generating one certificate took about half a second. So if you are generating certificates for 1 million devices, that's nearly 6 days of computation time that is required in order to generate all the certificates for all the devices. And if you want to put multiple certificates on the devices, well then you'll end up with 10 times, say you want to put 10 certificates on, then you end up with up to 60 days to calculate all the certificates. When I ran our system, it worked out at about 3 milliseconds per device in order to provide it with the means to securely generate its own certificates. So that's 45 minutes for the same 1 million devices, or 450 minutes if you want to put 10 certificates on the device. So that's quite a time saving and should be useful from a manufacturing perspective. However, there is a wider issue at stake, which is avoiding lock-in due to centralized systems. So a problem manufacturers have, and actually also the end users, is that if you launch an IoT device with a particular cloud IoT provider, you can basically get locked in, and that means that you can't really later on argue favorable terms, and if the supplier decides to shut down the service, then your device may be rendered inoperable. Whereas if you are using a decentralized blockchain-based system that is open to anybody, that allows manufacturers, suppliers, and even the end users to move from cloud IoT provider to cloud IoT provider at will as they see fit. So it gives the IoT manufacturers and the end consumers more control over the system, and I think that ultimately should result in more value for all of us. And as I said, our recently granted patent, granted today in fact, enables that through the use of a blockchain. So I think it's all very exciting stuff. If it sounds interesting to you and you want to know more, feel free to message me or leave a comment below. I've no doubt I'll be revisiting this topic again to give some more details in the not too distant future. Anyway, yay to us, and see you in the next video soon. Bye for now.